Hi, everybody. Hope you're having a great Wednesday. My name is Chelsea Kettle. I am one of the first-year advisors in the Office of Undergraduate Admissions at Buffalo State. I am joined today with two of my coworkers who I will show you on the next screen. If at any time you are having issues hearing us, let us know and we will work to adjust. So we're just going to go right into the presentation. Here we go. All right, so like I said, my name is Chelsea Kettle. I'm an admissions advisor. I am joined today by Siobhan McAlmont-Winston and Mary Kate Metzger. They will be answering questions for you in the chat. So if you have any questions during that time throughout the presentation, please feel free to put them in. We will also be answering some questions live. So if we don't get to you right away, just bear with us. All right, so let's just go right in. So why would students choose Buffalo State? So throughout this presentation, we will be talking about these 6 main points. So first off is our high quality academics, and then obviously our reputation as a SUNY campus. There are obviously a lot of great benefits that come with being a part of SUNY, including being a smart investment, as well as the networking opportunities that happen between campuses. Also the cultural corridor of Buffalo. We are located right in the heart of the Elmwood Village and are about 10 minutes away from downtown. And then finally, our hands-on learning and creative environment that we offer our students. We really pride ourselves on those 2 things because we recognize that as much as students learn in the classroom, what they learn outside of their classroom is just as important, if not more so. So why choose SUNY? So SUNY as a system is absolutely phenomenal. We have 64 campuses across New York State, and they do vary depending on a specific theme, location, and university type as well. So there are 4 different types of campuses: community colleges, technical colleges, university colleges, and university centers. So Buffalo State is a university college. We are located right in the heart of Buffalo, New York, and have about 9,000 students total, both undergraduate, graduate, and graduate students. We offer 4-year degrees, which are bachelor's degrees, as well as master's or graduate degree programs. The nice thing about Buffalo State being a mid-sized campus is that you're getting the kind of feeling of being in a larger city setting without being super overwhelmed. So you're able to be a part of a large campus community, but still getting that individual one-on-one attention in your classrooms. So these are just some quick information points about Buffalo State and the city of Buffalo. So a couple things we like to point out is that we were ranked number 49 as the best bang for the buck colleges in the Northeast. And we are also ranked one of the top public schools by the US News and World Report. As you can see at the bottom, the city of Buffalo has also gotten some recognition. We recently got a grant from the state a couple of years ago and have completely revitalized the city. So it's a perfect place for students who are college bound and looking to get a city experience. For academics, we do have 79 distinct undergraduate major programs. With all the different major and minor options that we do have over 170 academic programs. So there's a little bit of something for everybody. Our student to faculty ratio is about 15:1. Which is also really great because 85% of our classes are taught with 40 students or less. So again, that one-on-one connection that you're able to get with your faculty members as well as your peers is great. And only 2% of our classes are taught with more than 40 students. So typically you will only see those for the general education classes, the really basic ones such as Psychology 101 or Art History 101. And that is because the majority of campus is taking that class as well. Once you get to your major classes, that's where you're going to be looking to that 15:1 student to faculty ratio. When I was a student at Buffalo State, I was in those large lecture hall classes. I was in smaller lecture halls that maybe had about 35 students, and then I was in smaller classrooms with about 10 to 15. So it really just depends on what course you're taking. And the nice thing is that the faculty members completely understand that those large lecture halls are a little bit more difficult to get that individualized attention. So they're always willing to work with you and meet with you outside of class or during office hours if you have any questions. So another way to look at our academic programs is to look at the 4 different schools that we have. Each school kind of focuses on specific themes or goals. So if you're kind of looking to go a more abstract way of looking for your academic program, you can always pick a school based on what you're looking to accomplish with your academic program, and then go search for the programs based on those schools. One of my favorite things to talk about is study away, and this is perk number one of being part of the SUNY system. So at Buffalo State, we do offer more than 50 programs in over 20 different countries, but with you being part of the SUNY system, you're actually able to study away at any other SUNY institution that you want. So if, for example, you find a really great program that you want to participate in through like Stony Brook, Binghamton, Brockport, you can study your way through their programs and then have those credits transferred to your Buffalo State degree. So with that, there are over 1,000 different programs that you can study in over 60 countries, and all the continents across the world. So literally the world is at your fingertips. The nice thing as well is that you are able to study for a number of different lengths of time. So you can do 2 to 6 weeks for short-term programs, a semester-long program, or a year-long program. If going across the pond and going away is a little bit intimidating, which we totally understand, you can stay more quote unquote local and do national student exchange. So that allows you to study away at a different institution within the continental United States. For hands-on learning, we have divided it into 3 different categories. So the first is undergraduate research. We really do stress that students should be trying to do this throughout their 4 years, and a lot of programs have actually incorporated undergraduate research as a final capstone project. You can do research at any level. You can be a first-year student, sophomore, it can be your final semester until you find a research project. But this is a really great way for you to delve a little bit deeper into a specific area that you're interested in and kind of present that to the campus. So one event that we have is actually pictured on the screen. That is our Student Research and Creativity Conference. So students do formal research projects with the help of a faculty member. They do a poster presentation, and then the entire campus is able to come up and actually ask you about your research. So this is really well attended by students, by faculty members, by staff, and the president herself actually does come. And she tries her best to really talk to each student and learn more about what they did research with. There are also opportunities to do different travel programs or fellowship programs as well. And all those are listed on our undergraduate research site. For community engagement, because we are located right in the city of Buffalo, we really do our best to be active within the community. So one of the things that we do is our Bengals Dare to Care Day, which is pictured on the screen here. Students, staff, and faculty, get orange t-shirts, and we go paint the town orange, so to speak. So we do different local community projects, such as sorting donation bins, cleaning gardens, organizing, donation bins at like a refugee center. There's a lot of ways to get involved with that. There are service learning and volunteer opportunities as well at Buffalo State. And there are student organizations that are volunteer and service learning based as well. You can also choose to participate in alternative breaks, which can be domestic or international. We did have one a couple of years ago where students actually went to Puerto Rico to help rebuild roofs that were destroyed by the hurricanes that happened there. So this is another opportunity where you don't have to be a specific academic year to participate. You can join at any time. And then finally, internship opportunities. So this is especially key for students who are looking to get jobs right after graduation or just in general. Our internship opportunities, a lot of programs as well are including that in their curriculum. And most academic departments do have an internship coordinator that you can work with to find a site placement related to your specific interests. You can also utilize our Career Development Center, or CDC, which is located right on campus. And they're also a great resource for helping to build your resume, writing cover letters, finding internships and job opportunities as well. Pictured on the screen is our job and internship fair that does happen every year. We bring on local businesses and campuses, businesses and organizations to campus. And they meet with students. You can learn more about what they do, how they run, and then you can actually sign up and drop your resume off. So that's a really great opportunity for students to expand their learning outside the classroom as well. These are just a couple of different examples. So as you can see, it is very diverse in terms of the types of internships that students have participated in, and this isn't even all of them. The one that I personally like to point out is the one at Shays Performing Arts Center, which is located in the middle of the screen. A couple years ago, we had the company of Hamilton come to our theater district and do a show for, I believe, about 2 weeks. Actually, one of our theater students was selected to be the only student intern for that production. So it was an incredible opportunity and obviously helped to gain some more professional experience for that student. So our honors program is an academic program designed to challenge and provide opportunities to high achieving students. It is offered to eligible first year, transfer, and current students. And there are a lot of perks that go with that as well. So you're able to customize your curriculum. A lot of those come with your general education classes. So I believe, for example, there's about 10 courses that you can pick from. So you can pick like your top 7. So that's a really cool way to kind of shape your academics based on your interests. The honors program offers small and interactive class sizes with excellent faculty. So as you recall, the average student to faculty ratio is about 15:1. With your honors classes, they're going to be even smaller than that. You also do get early registration and preferential housing in our honors residence hall, Bishop Hall, which is pictured on the screen. And if you do meet the academic criteria, there is also an additional scholarship opportunity. The nice thing about the honors program as well is that you're getting a smaller community within your Buffalo State community. So you're able to further expand your connections with people and even feel more at home at Buffalo State. Another program that we offer is the Educational Opportunity Program, or EOP. So EOP students have been identified as students who have the talent and abilities to succeed in college, but have been placed at a disadvantage by financial and academic circumstances. EOP is an academic support program and does provide counseling and tutoring services to students throughout their 4 years. EOP students also do get a specific EOP counselor as well to kind of help them with their adjustment and transition to Buffalo State. We do always like to stress that EOP is not a minority or race-based program, and it is not a financial aid program. So with this, you do get a small stipend. However, it is not a way to get additional money or additional aid. So please just keep that in mind. If you are interested in applying for EOP, you just need to indicate that on your application. So we talked about housing a little bit. So with Residence Life, we do have 12 different residence halls on campus. So for first year housing, we have Perry, Newman, Porter, and Cassidy. All of these are corridor style housing. So you have 2 people to a room, and then there's communal bathrooms on each floor, 1 for men, 1 for women. And then once you get to the upperclassmen housing, you have the option to go to suite style housing or apartment style housing. Students are required to live on campus for their first 2 years if they live outside of a 35-mile radius from the city of Buffalo. After that, you do have the option to move off campus, but housing is guaranteed for all 4 years. All of the residence halls, whether they're apartment style, suite style, or corridor style, have all of these 3 things. So they all have free on-site laundry, free Wi-Fi in all buildings, and a free lounge and study area. Me personally, I like to point out the free on-site laundry because when I was a student, it was coin operated and it was really kind of a pain to carry around quarters all the time. So the free on-site laundry is great. And the lounge and study areas are also really nice because it's a great way for you to meet students in your residence halls that may not be on your floor. And it's also nice for you to kind of like take a break from your room without having to leave your residence hall. For dining options, we do have a couple different areas where students can get food. So the first is our Bengal kitchen, which is our all-you-can-eat style dining hall, excuse me. For that, you would use your meal swipes. We do also have retail dining, which is similar to a food court, where you can go in, use your dining dollars, and you can just kind of pick and choose wherever you want to be. You can either take the food to go, or you can always sit down in a retail dining area as well. We do have grab and co locations as well throughout campus. You know, sometimes you're running to class, you woke up late, you may not be able to get a full meal. The grab and go locations are great because you're able to get like sandwiches, fruit, you know, like energy drinks, anything like that, pay for it, and then head to class. And then we do have coffee shops on campus as well. So we do have Spot Coffee, which is a local chain in Buffalo, New York. So we have that located in our student union. We also do have the Tech Cafe in our technology building, Cafe Olay, and then Starbucks. So we have a Barnes & Noble Starbucks, excuse me, in our bookstore. And then we actually do have a brand new Starbucks in our brandly renovated Academic Commons. So the Starbucks in the Academic Commons was another perk about that, is you can actually earn reward points. So keep that in mind as well. For off-campus dining, because we do understand that, you know, the food is great, but you might want to try something different. You can actually take your Bagel Bucks off campus. So these are just a couple of the different restaurants that accept Bagel Bucks for Buffalo State. The Lloyd Taco Food Truck is actually a local restaurant that has a food truck right on Buffalo State's campus. So you can literally go to walk from your residence hall to the food truck and then to class, which is really great. So this is another opportunity for you to kind of explore the different food options in Buffalo and to explore the area around the campus as well. So for student life, as I had mentioned before, that your out of classroom experiences are extremely important. This includes getting involved on campus. So at Buffalo State, we have over 100 clubs and organizations, all with different themes. So typically they are gathered into social clubs, academic clubs, and athletic clubs. So the nice thing about these clubs and organizations is that you don't have to be specifically related to that club or organization in order to join it. So if, for example, you're a biology major, but you're really interested in doing like an art club, you can absolutely join that art club or organization. And that's another way for you to meet people outside of your major. For athletics, we do have a couple different club sports, including men's and women's rugby. We have co-ed crew, ice hockey, and I believe that's it. I think we may also have club wrestling as well, but I'm not 100% sure. Those are all listed on our student leadership and engagement website, which you can check out as well, and then we'll show you all the clubs and organizations that we have. For athletics, we are an NCAA Division III school, so we do have 17 different athletic programs, all of which are listed on the screen. If you are interested in possibly playing a varsity sport at Buffalo State, all you need to do is go to the athletics website and fill out the recruitment form for the sport that you're looking to play, and that goes directly to the coach, and then they would contact you for more information or to set up for a meeting. If athletics aren't fully your thing and you don't want to be like super competitive, you can always do intramurals or fitness classes. Those are available to all students. I will say the nice part about being a Division III school is that you really do get a balance of being a student athlete and being a traditional student on campus. With Division I, obviously they are absolutely great with the athletics, but sometimes the athletics can take over. This, you get a really nice balance of both. So definitely something to consider. So why choose Buffalo? So we talked about Buffalo State. So why choose the city of Buffalo? So as I mentioned previously, the city of Buffalo got a huge grant and has completely revamped itself. And it is now been named as one of the top destinations for college-bound students. So these findings were based on academic environment, quality of life, and professional opportunities. We are also known as the Queen City. So we are the second largest city in New York State, aside from New York. And within Western New York, we have over 57,000 alumni. So when you're looking for internship opportunities or job placements, having an alumni connection is gonna really help you out. Buffalo State alums love hiring Buffalo State students and working with them. So you already have your foot in the door right there. And then finally, Buffalo is one of the best places to travel and a best value destination. So another thing with Buffalo as well is that we do have an international airport as well. So if you are from downstate, for example, you can always travel through Amtrak or the bus, but we do have multiple flights going out daily to JFK, LaGuardia, and Newark. And the flights are only about an hour. So that's another perk of being in a city like Buffalo. So with getting around the area, students who live on campus are not permitted to have a car for their first 2 years. If you are a commuter student, then yes, you can have a car on campus. Sometimes there are special circumstances where this can be waived. However, you would have to contact parking services to kind of petition for you to have your car. But to kind of counterbalance that, we do provide students with a Metro Pass, and this does allow you to use the train and bus system in the city of Buffalo. The three numbered lines that we have on here actually are all buses that stop directly on Buffalo State's campus. And those will pretty much get you anywhere you need to be within the immediate vicinity of Buffalo State. There is the train system as well that runs to and from downtown Buffalo. And that's a really great way if you're looking to go to enjoy nightlife, or we do have a bunch of concerts that happen at Key Bank Center as well, and the Buffalo Sabres, which is our professional hockey team. For the academic profile for our students, so this was our incoming class for fall 2019. This is just a general overview of the average GPAs and test scores for each of these different categories. Please know that this is not the end-all be-all for the admissions criteria. We do look at students on a holistic basis. So we look at your test scores, your transcripts, your essays, and letters of recommendation as well if those are submitted. So if you are above or below these numbers at any point, don't fear. That may not be the end for you. So for the GPA for first year students, average GPA was an 85 with an average SAT of a 10-10 and an ACT composite of 20. For first year honors students, average GPA was a 93 with a 12-10 SAT and an ACT composite of 25. EOP was an 80 GPA, 930 SAT, and ACT of 17. And if you're looking to transfer to Buffalo State, the minimum GPA that you do need is a 2.0, but the average transfer student had about a 2.94. Please note that some majors do require a specific GPA of a 3.0 or higher. So examples of that would be education and business administration as well. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at academic programs. So how do you go about applying? So the application process is very simple. Pretty straightforward. So for first year students, you can apply through the SUNY application or the common application. We do accept both. We don't personally have a preference, but what we do advise students that if you're looking to only apply to SUNY schools, to complete the SUNY application. If you're looking at SUNY schools, private schools, and out-of-state schools, then go through the common app because it's more widely accepted by campuses. So for first year students, you want to make sure you're submitting your high school transcripts, your SAT or ACT scores, and then any supplemental material that we may ask for. For EOP consideration, you do need to provide additional documentation. So you need to provide 2 letters of recommendation, the EOP essay, the EOP financial information form, and the EOP income verification. So both the essay and the financial information form are available through SUNY. So if you have a SUNY application account, you can just log in and complete those forms. For transfer students, you would only need to fill out the SUNY application. We would need the college transcripts for all institutions that you had attended since graduating high school. So whether that was for a semester or a year or 2 years, we do need all of those transcripts. We also do need your final high school transcripts for your application. This is not needed to make a decision. However, it is needed for financial aid purposes. If you have also taken a gap since leaving high school, we may request a gap statement. And then if you came from a school that had EOP and we'd like to receive those benefits at Buffalo State, we would need to request proof of previous EOP as well. So all these documents can be mailed to us at the address down below. However, especially in light of everything that's going on, we strongly encourage that you have documents sent to us electronically. They get to us a lot faster and we can upload them to your application more quickly. Please note that all transcripts, both high school and college, need to come directly from the institution itself or from your high school guidance counselor. They cannot come directly from you because we need the documents to be official. For financial aid, you want to make sure you're applying for your FAFSA as well as for state aid. So the 2 codes on the screen are really important. We do sometimes get mixed up with SUNY Buffalo or University of Buffalo when students fill out the FAFSA. So please make sure you're using the code listed on the screen for that. In terms of the Excelsior Scholarship, to my understanding as of right now, there's no new information about when that will be posted. So make sure you're checking out the HESC website for more information, and you can actually sign up for notifications for that. So once you apply to Buffalo State and you're accepted and you fill out your FAFSA, you then receive the financial aid award package from our financial aid office. It will tell you what aid and scholarships you're eligible for, and it will let you know what documents you need to submit if there is anything needed and what scholarships you need to go and apply for. You then want to review and compare your offers and then accept your aid in order for you to get the most money for your time at Buffalo State. Financial aid has also created a really great set of tools for students, the financial aid cost calculators, which are listed on the website on the screen. This is a really great tool for you to figure out what your out-of-pocket expenses will be at Buffalo State. So typically, in addition to tuition and fees, we recommend that students save about $500 per semester to put towards books, lab equipment, art supplies, things of that nature. There are obviously some cost-efficient ways to kind of help curb costs. So for example, you can always rent your textbooks instead of buying them, but that tool will help you figure out what else you need to pay out of pocket. So this is the cost of attendance for Buffalo State for both New York State residents and out-of-state residents. So out-of-state, obviously, you'd be living outside of New York State. So the costs are a little bit higher, but for students who live within New York State, your tuition and fees, you're looking at about $8,600. The tuition is the same across all SUNY four-year campuses. The fees is where you'll see a little bit of a difference with other schools. So our fees, for example, cover your Metro Pass, your technology fee, which goes to setting up your online accounts and email, the health fee, which allows you to use our fitness center and health center on campus. And there are other fees as well. So all the fees that you pay go directly back to you. And then your room and board, you're looking at about $14,500. So that is including your housing and your meal plan for the entire academic year. So in total, you're looking at about $23,000. For scholarships, there are a bunch of scholarships that we do have available. So the merit-based scholarships that are listed on the screen are automatically awarded to you when you apply to Buffalo State. The presidential and honor scholarship are both $2,500 a year and have the same criteria. So they require a 90 GPA or higher with a minimum SAT of a 1270 or an ACT composite of 26. What's nice about these two scholarships is that they are stackable. So if you get the presidential scholarship, you're automatically awarded the honor scholarship, and that's $5,000 a year that you can put towards your tuition fees and room and board. The provost scholarship is a little bit less. It's $2,000 per year. It's a 90 GPA with a minimum SAT of an 1170 or ACT composite of a 24 or 25. What's nice about these scholarships is that they are renewable for up to 4 years as long as you maintain a certain GPA, which I believe is a 3.0. And then finally, for transfer students, we do have a transfer scholarship. So this is offered to both spring and fall students. So if you enroll in the fall and are eligible for the transfer scholarship, you get $500 for the fall and spring semester. For spring transfer students, you only get it for the spring semester. We do also have a number of other scholarships available based on academic merit, financial need, field of study, or any combination of that criteria, which is listed in the CAPS portal. So when you get your financial aid package, you are automatically auto-matched to scholarships that you're eligible for. So you just need to go into CAPS and then apply for those scholarships. And again, all this information can be found on our financial aid website, which is listed on the bottom of the screen. So some dates to remember. So for students who are already currently applied and may or may not or have been accepted or still in the process of getting documents in, the deadline to deposit is June 1st. That it is our priority deadline for the fall 2020 semester. It is also the priority deadline for you to opt into the honors program if you have been invited. It is, again, also the same time for your housing deposit to be done and your housing application. So for the fall 2020 semester, we have actually waived the housing deposit. So you just need to complete the application and complete the roommate form. August 31st is when the fall 2020 semester begins. And then as of right now, we do plan to have 2 open house events, one on October 17th and one on November 14th, which you're able to attend. I strongly encourage. It's a great way for you to do a one-stop shop to learn more about Buffalo State. So thank you all for attending this presentation. I know this is a lot to kind of take in. Here is all of the contact information that we do that you can have to contact us, including our address, our general email, and our phone number. We are also present on both Instagram and Facebook, so please feel free to follow us. You can always DM us your questions as well. And then this is our admissions website for you to check out Buffalo State, what we have to offer, and to learn a little bit more about the application process. So at this time, we'll open it up for some questions. So if you have any questions, please feel free to type them in now. Okay. Okay, so I will read some of the questions that we got just so you all can see them and hear what some of the answers are. So is there a town near campus? Yes, so Buffalo State is located right in the city of Buffalo. So when you walk outside, we're actually in the Elmwood Village. So that is a great place with a lot of different parks, restaurants, art galleries, museums, and we're only about 10 minutes away from downtown Buffalo, which you can take by the bus, or you can even just do an Uber or Lyft. So we are right in the heart of city life, which is really great. Would you be able to double major between schools? Absolutely. So in your double majoring at Buffalo State, you want to make sure that you're working with your primary academic advisor to make sure that you're balancing those courses. So if you wanted to do a major in like education, but also do a major in psychology, you want to make sure that you're working with both academic departments to see if there's any overlap, or to see when you should take the appropriate courses to try and help you guarantee that you will still graduate in 4 years. And that's key for everybody, right? There are also options, since we're talking about academics, there are 4+1 options for our students. We are currently expanding those programs for Buffalo State students. You can always check out the graduate school website for more information. This is a great way for you to get 2 degrees within 5 years. Let's see what's next on here. What about jobs on campus? So in terms of job opportunities, there are a bunch. So you can always work as a student assistant, such as a student ambassador or a resident assistant who works in the residence hall. You could also work in the dining facilities, the campus bookstore, or the coffee shops as well. And we do also have the federal work study program, which is through financial aid. So, excuse me, so you'd have to fill that out on your FAFSA application, and you can always talk to a financial aid office if you have any more questions about that. Another student asked if we do have a dance team. Yes, so we do have POM, which is our dance team, and we also have Afreak dancers as well. So again, you don't have to necessarily be a theater major or someone who's in a dance minor to join those teams. If that's something that you're interested in and want to do that on the side, absolutely, you can do that. And then another student asked if we track demonstrated interest in the school. Yes, so when you fill out an inquiry form, or when you contact us and have general questions, or if you attend an event, we do actually keep track of that, and then we make sure that we can send you additional updates about the campus, and with like events, program opportunities, how to apply, and like some fun facts about Buffalo State as well. So yes, if that's something that you're interested in, there is an inquiry form on our website that you can always fill out if you want to start receiving emails from Buffalo State. I do say we have about 10 minutes remaining for the presentation. Are there any other questions that we can answer for you? Caitlin just asked, what are some careers alums have gotten into as a result of graduating from the criminal justice major? So I can't give any specifics in terms of like set career options that people have gone into, but that would be something that would be listed on the criminal justice website. But I do know that students who graduate from criminal justice, they go into the military, law enforcement, they can go into the criminal criminal justice field, so both in the field and with lab work as well. In Buffalo, we do have the Buffalo Police Department, we have Customs and Border Patrol, we also do have an FBI building, so there's always ways for you to do site placements with that. Basically, students who are in criminal justice who go on to specific career paths. Really just depends on their general interest. So we also do have a forensic chemistry major, which if you're looking to do more of the lab tech stuff, that would be the way to go. We also got asked like things to do off campus. So yes, there's so much to do in the city of Buffalo, especially in the fall months and the winter as well. I know that students get a little hesitant with Buffalo being super cold and all the way in Western New York, but there's a lot of things to do. So right across the street is the Albright Knox Art Gallery, and we do also have the Berkfield Penny Art Center right on campus if you're looking to explore the different art scene. We do have a bunch of restaurants. We have a really great downtown area with different clubs, bars, and restaurants. We also do have our waterfront. So in the warmer months, you can do like paddle boating, kayaking, and just like hanging out and attending one of our outdoor concert series. We also do have in the winter months an outdoor ice rink in the downtown area where you can do like skating. We do have a free skate on campus as well. But if you're looking to kind of get off campus and see the downtown area, that's another great way. There's always festivals going on, always events. There's a bunch of stuff to do off campus, and there's also a bunch of stuff to do on campus. So it really just kind of depends on what you're going to be looking at. Okay. All right, any other questions that we have? Yes, so another thing about going off campus is that we are super close to Canada. So it's basically a 20-minute drive to Niagara Falls, which if you're looking to go on an adventure, you can always hop over to the Canadian side and check out the falls as well. You just want to make sure that you have your passport or enhanced license. But Niagara Falls is super close. Toronto is only about a 2-hour drive away. And we are also close to other large cities like Rochester and Syracuse. And like I said before, if you're looking to, maybe if you're from Western New York and have never been to New York City, you can always hop on down to New York City as well and check out the area. But Buffalo State has just a lot of opportunities around. It's a matter of kind of going out of your comfort zone and exploring. Okay. Any other questions that you all may have? We do have a couple more minutes left, so feel free to type them in now. So another question we got is, can I receive packages from my parents? Yes, so students are able to both send and receive packages through their residence halls. So we do have a mail center on campus where packages get sent to you first and then distributed to the different residence halls throughout campus. But I know that a lot of parents will send like little care packages or like welcome to Buffalo State packages, and we'll throw in like some little treats and knickknacks from home. So all you need to do is just give them your address. Parents would send the package to campus. It would then get sorted by the mail center and the residence hall staff, and you would get like a little slip in your mailbox saying that you have a package. So then you would just go and claim it. So a really great way to get like little pieces from home, especially if you're missing, being away. I know when I was a student, I lived about 3 hours away from home, but getting stuff from my parents was always really nice, and it made me feel a little bit less homesick too. Okay, we have about 5 minutes remaining for the presentation. Are there any other questions that you all have? Okay. Do we have internships? Yes. So as I had mentioned previously in the presentation, we do have a number of internship opportunities for students. It really just depends on where you want to start looking. So the best place to start, honestly, would be your academic department. So most academic departments do have an internship coordinator that you can work with to find an internship. And a lot of academic programs are starting to require that as part of their curriculum as well. You can also go to our Career Development Center, and they can help you find internship opportunities for you, no matter what academic level that you're at. They're also going to be a great resource for when you're looking for job opportunities as well. So definitely do internships when you're at Buffalo State. I would say do at least one or two, because that does allow you to get that hands-on experience in the field that you're interested in and kind of get a sense of if this is what you want to do or not. Like I said, the CDC does offer helping with internship placements, as well as resume and cover letter review, the job and internship fair. We also do have a job portal called Orca, where you're able to search for jobs as a Buffalo State alum. So it's a great resource for you to take advantage of while you're at Buffalo State. Okay, any other last minute questions that we have? Like I said, this is a lot of information to take in. So definitely feel free to check out the Buffalo State website as well as the admissions website for additional information about the programs and opportunities that we have on campus. And feel free to reach out to us at any time. We know especially now things are a little unknown, things are a little bit crazy. So we're here to help. So feel free to email us, call us. You can also text us. Our texting number is 716-803-8434. That is our general texting line. So if you wanted to text us some quick questions, that's a great resource. And again, also make sure to follow us on social media. We do post information about programs, important updates, as well as next steps with the admissions process as well. Again, we're both available on Instagram and Facebook. Okay. All right, let's see. I have one last question in the Q&A. How is the nursing program? So we do not actually have a nursing program at Buffalo State. University of Buffalo does, Brockport does, Canton does. There are a ton of other SUNY schools that offer nursing. If you are looking to do a pre-med or pre-health track though, we do have that as an advising program on campus. And so what you would do is work with the pre-med and pre-health advisor to pick the classes in biology, chemistry, mathematics, and physics to then prepare to go into a medical school based on your specific interests. So if you're looking to go into the health field after graduation, make sure you're working with that advisor to see what courses you're taking. We have 1 minute left for the presentation. So again, any last minute questions? I think I see one more coming in. Okay. Okay. All right. So we have 1 minute left, like I said. Again, make sure to follow us. If you think of anything after this presentation, you can always email us on the screen. Again, text us at 716-803-8434, or you can follow us on social media and send us a direct message, and we will get back to you as well with any questions that you may have. So again, thank you all so much for attending this presentation. It was great virtually chatting with all of you. Hope you have a great day and stay safe.